everyone, welcome to our channel Knowledge Hub. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. Today we're gonna start with your quantitative aptitude class, and this has been the class's 102th class of the session. In quantitative aptitude, we had done operations in numbers, SCF and LCF of numbers, decimal fractions, simplification, square roots and cube roots, problems on numbers, problems on ages, surds and indices, percentage, profit and loss, and averages. And now we are dealing with that is being profit and loss, that is being the 11th topic of the session here, and that is being important one, of course. So we go ahead for the same, and in 102th class we'll have to discuss about 115th question, because in the last classes we had done your 114th question in the next coming classes. So today we'll have to start discussing about 115th question. Before starting with this, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go ahead with like, share and subscribe our channel, so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and with you can also enjoy the video as well. So on the same behalf of it, the question we have here: if 5% more is gained by selling an article for rupees 350 than by selling it for rupees 340, the cost of the article is, that has been asked in the CBI examination paper. The option for the same is rupees 50, rupees 160, rupees 200 and rupees 225 here. So we go ahead for the same, and that what we'll have to discuss here, and which we have to consider about it. So here we go. If 5% more is gained by selling an article for rupees 350 then by selling it for rupees 340, the cost of the article. Yes, this has been asked in a CBI examination paper. The options we have here: 50, 160, 200 and 225. We go ahead for the same here, that what we'll have to discuss as well. Let CP be rupees X, that is then 5% of X equals to 350 minus 340 equals to 10, that is X upon 20 equals to 10, and X equals to 200. Now we go ahead for the next one, which we'll have to talk about it. That has been another important question, as 116th question, that we have to discuss here. So the question is: if a man reduces the selling price of a fan from rupees 400 to rupees 380, his loss increases by 2%. The cost price of the fan is, that has been asked in RRB examination paper. The options is rupees 480, 500, 600 and none of these. So we go ahead for the same. If a man reduces the selling price of a fan from rupees 400 to rupees 380, his loss increases by 2%. The cost price of the fan has been asked in RRB examination paper. And options, as I told you, rupees 480, rupees 500, rupees 600, and none of these. For the same, we have to talk about it. So here we go ahead. Let cost price be rupees X. Then 2% of X equals to 400 minus 380 equals to 20. X upon 50 equals to 20, and X equals to 5 2s are 10 and those zeros, so it will be 1000. Now we go ahead for the next. We'll talk about it, which has been the another important question, and that the question we have is 117th question of the sessions here, that what we'll have to discuss as well. So the question is, an article when sold at a gain of 5% yield rupees 15 more than when sold at the loss of 5%. Its cost price would be, that we have to talk about it. The options we have rupees 150, rupees 200, rupees 250, and rupees 300. So we go ahead for the same. When sold at a gain of 5%, yields rupees 15 more than when sold at a loss of its cost price would be. The option is rupees 150, 200, 250, and 300. We'll go ahead for the same. Let cost price be rupees X. Then 105 upon 100, X minus 95 upon 100, X equals to 15. 10x upon 100 equals to 15. 0 being cancelled as 0. 10 15s are X equals to 150. Now we go ahead for the next question, that what we'll have to discuss here. 118th question of the session. The question is, a shopkeeper sells an article at a loss of 12 by 2%. Had he sold it for rupees 51.80 more, he would have on a profit of 6%, and the cost price of the article we have to find out. Had he sold it for rupees 51.80 more, he would have earned a profit of 6%. The cost price of the article is. This has been asked in section officer examination paper. The option is 280, 300, 380 and 400. So we go ahead for the same. Let cost price be rupees X. Then 106% of X minus 87 1 by 2% of X equals to 51.80. 18 1 by 2% of X equals to 51.80, where X equals to 51.80 into 100 into 2 upon 37. दो जीरो नीचे बढ़ेंगे, दो जीरो से कैंसिल हो जाएगा इससे, ठीक है. So then what we'll get is the value is 280. Now we go ahead for the next question. We'll talk about it, which has been another one, and that has been 119th question of the session here. So then our question we have here is that what we'll have to talk about it. The question is, the difference between the cost price and the sale price of an article is rupees 240 if the profit is 20%. So that's selling price is that we have to talk about it. The option says rupees 1,240, 1,400, 1,600 and none of these. So we go ahead for the same. The cost price and sale price of an article is $240 if the profit is 20%. The selling price is, the options is rupees 1,240, 1,400, 1,600 and none of these. So we go ahead for the same here. And let the CP cost price be rupees X. Then selling price equals to 120% of rupees X, which is equals to rupees X into 120 upon 100. 0 being cancelled by 0. 2 6 are 12, 2 5 are 15. So that will be in your rupees 6x upon 5. 6x upon 5 minus x equals to 240, which is x equals to 1200, and selling price equals to rupees 6 upon 5 into 1200. 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10, 5 4s are 20 and 0. 240 here. 246 will be your rupees 1200. That will get as an answer, and that has been the important one here as well. Next we'll go ahead for the next one, which has been the important one, and that is what we'll have to discuss about it. The another question is your 120th question of the session. So we go ahead for the same. The question, we have the 120th question of the session as well, and which we'll have to talk about it. The question is, a dealer sold an article at loss of 1/2%, and had he sold it for rupees 100 more, he would have gained 7 1/2%, and to gain 12 1/2% he should sell it for. So we go ahead for the same here. A dealer sold an article at a loss of 1/2%, had he sold it for rupees 100 more, he would have gained 7 1/2%. To gain 12 1/2%, he should sell it for, and that is the options is 850, 925, 1080 and 1125 as well. So we go ahead for the same. So let cost price be rupees X, then 107 1/2% of X minus 97 1/2% of X equals to 100. 10% of X equals to 100 and X equals to 1000. So desired SP equals to 112 1/2% of rupees 1000, which is equals to rupees 225.2 into 1/100 into 1000. 0 been cancelled by 0, 0 been cancelled by 0. 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10. 225 5s are equals to rupees 1125, that we get as here. Now we go ahead for the next question, and that is what we'll have to discuss here. The another question is 121th question of the session. So 121th question of the sessions, we talk about it. The question is here is that has been the cash differences between the selling price of an article at a profit of 4% and 6% is rupees 3. The ratio of the two selling prices is, that has been asked in the CBI examination paper. The option we have 51 ratio 52, 52 ratio 53, 51 ratio 53 and 52 ratio 55. So we go ahead for the same. The cash difference between the selling price of an article at a profit of 4% and 6% is rupees 3. The ratio of the two that has been asked in CBI examination paper. The option, as I told you, will go ahead for the same, and that is what we'll have to talk about it. Let the CP of the article, which has been the, let the cost price of the article be rupees X, then required ratio equals to 104% of X upon 106% of X. 104 upon 106 equals to 52 upon 53, which is equals to 52 ratio 53, that we have as an answer. We'll go ahead for the next, which is in another question here. That has been the 122th question of the session, and that has been the important one, of course. So we'll go ahead for the same. So 122th question of the session we have. The question we have here: a shopkeeper sells the two watches for rupees 308 each. On one he gets 12% profit and on the other 12% loss. So his profit or loss in the entire transaction was, that has been asked in the BSF examination paper, and that is we have to answer it out. The option is neither profit nor loss. 1 to 11 by 25% loss, 1 11 25% profit, and 3 2 by 5 25% loss here. So we go ahead for the same. A shopkeeper sells two watches for rupees 308 each. On one he gets 12% profit, and on the other 12% loss. His profit or loss in the entire transaction was. This has been asking BSF examination paper, and that we have to talk about it. So we go ahead for the same. Loss percent equals to common loss and gain percent square upon 10% equals to 12 upon 10 square, which is equals to 36 upon 25 equals to 111 upon 25%, that we get as an answer. Now we go ahead for the next question that we talk about. It is your 123 question of the sessions here. The question is, a man sells two flats at the rate of rupees 1.995 lakh each. One on one he gained 5% and the other he loses 5%. So he gain or loss percent in the whole transaction is, the options we have here: 0.25% loss, 0.25% gain, 2.5% loss, and 25% loss here. So that we'll have to talk about it. So we'll go ahead for the same. A man sells two flats at the rate rupees 1.995 lakh each. On one he gains 5% and on the other he loses 5%. His gain or loss percent in the whole transaction is, the option as I told you: 0.25% loss, 0.25% gain, 2.5% loss, and 25% loss. So we go ahead for the same. 5.10% equals to 0.25% here. Now we go ahead for the next. We'll talk about it, which is being the another important question that what we have to discuss here, but still we'll go ahead to end up with, so that it will be, we'll start continuing with the next coming classes as well, and that has been the important one, of course. and which is from 124th question of the session that we'll have to discuss in the 103 classes. So, but before ending it off, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go ahead with like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and you can also enjoy the video as well. Other than quantitative aptitude, we say about it. Yes, other than quantitative aptitude, we had done your sociology and software engineering, even though we had done your chemistry for class 12 and class 11 for part 1. In class 12, we had done unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5, unit 6, unit 7, unit 8, unit 9 with your conversions, logarithms, and antilogs, as well as we had done your that is we had done your we'll start with physics part 1 for class 11. That has been important for you all. We are dealing with ER diagram, we are dealing with English vocabulary. In terms of reasoning, yes, we had completed your verbal reasoning. In verbal reasoning, we had done general mental ability in the logic reasoning, and in non-verbal reasoning, we had done series, analogy, classification, analytical reasoning, manner, image, water, embedded figure, completions of incomplete pattern, figure matrix, paper folding, paper cutting, hole detection, grouping of identical figures, cubes and dice, dot situation, constructions of squares and triangle, figure formation, analysis, and practice question set as well. In terms of quantitative aptitude, it has been divided into two sections: arithmetical ability and the data interpretation. In arithmetical ability, we had done of number operations on numbers, HCF and LCF of numbers, decimal fractions, simplifications, square roots and cube roots, problem averages, problems on numbers, problems on ages, charts and indices, percentage, profit and loss. And after that, we'll start discussing about Asian proportion, partnership, chain rule, time and work, by consistent time and distance, problems on train, boards and streams, allegations or mixture, simple interest, compound interest, logarithm, area, volume and surface area, rates, races and chemical skills, calendar, clock, stocks and shares, permutation and combination, probability to discount, bankers discount, height and distance, order out series. In data interpretation, we have to cover the tabulation, bar graphs, pie charts and line graph. So here we're going to end up with, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go ahead with like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. So thank you, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give your suggestion on the comment box. Thank you.